Hello, NBA fans. Daily news about the Los Angeles Lakers. I'm a fan of the Lakers show and I hope you'll subscribe to the channel and give it a like. Luka Doncic was phenomenal in his season debut, scoring 43 points and grabbing 12 rebounds, an incredible MVP-level performance. It's clear the Lakers don't have players in their rotation who can help Doncic and Reeves. When LeBron James returns, he'll improve the offense, but every team needs more solid players. And the latest news has left Lakers fans worried, as Luka Doncic suffered a thigh adductor injury, and it's still unclear if it's serious. The Lakers are already without LeBron James, losing Luka Doncic will be utter chaos. Luka Doncic just gave Lakers fans one more reason to worry. Doncic appeared to be grabbing at his adductor during Tuesday night's game. During the Los Angeles Lakers' 119-109 loss to the Golden State Warriors in the regular season opener on Tuesday night, Luka Doncic was seen repeatedly grabbing the inside of his right thigh near the adductor or groin area. Doncic finished the game with 43 points, but it was this seemingly minute observation that has fans and analysts alike rightfully concerned. After the game, Luka insisted that it was probably nothing, and pretty quickly moved past the topic. However, on social media, some informed minds had other thoughts. This from Dr. Evan Jeffries on X: unfortunately Luka Doncic has not looked the same since a couple of minutes ago. Continues to grab his right adductor, groin. Big concern moving forward. You can try to move past something like this and make a blanket statement that it won't matter in the big picture, but the reality is we don't know that to be true. Anytime you're talking about a player who is the centerpiece of your team like Luka Doncic, who has certainly had his share of injury troubles over the years, fans have a right to be concerned. Luka Doncic appeared to be nursing a sore adductor or groin muscle. And really, it's more about the nature of this particular injury than it is just about him having an injury concern in general. A groin or adductor issue can be very tricky to deal with. As someone who has dealt with this injury myself, I can tell you that it can get a bit complicated if not dealt with properly. But don't take my word for it. Other high-profile players in this league have seen this muscle group derail their availability for weeks on end. A muscle strain in this area of the body can go deep into the muscle fibers, and may take several rounds of either massage therapy, needling, or other forms of physical therapy before it's fully sorted out. On the surface, it's easy to see why an outing like Tuesday night's would have the Lakers fanbase excited. Luka just went out and scored 40 points in his first game of the season, and he clearly wasn't even at his best down the stretch. But that's also the same reason why the coaching staff and medical staff are going to have to monitor him extremely closely from here on out. The expectations for this franchise are arguably higher than they've been at any point since the 2020 championship. Doncic's talent and grit to play through something like this are commendable, but until he's fully healthy, the worries are going to persist. JJ Redick: Lakers need to fix trend of terrible third quarters. The Los Angeles Lakers were unable to pick up a win in their regular season opener, falling to the Golden State Warriors 119-109 despite an outstanding individual performance from Luka Doncic, and unfortunately for JJ Redick's squad, a familiar issue popped up as the Lakers came out of halftime slow and were never able to recover. The Lakers were outscored 19-4 to start the second half, falling behind by as many as 17 points in the contest. This has been an issue for multiple years now, and Redick feels the Lakers must figure out how to come out of halftime better. The trend I see is that we continue to be a terrible third-quarter team to start, Redick said after the game. That was last year, that was the preseason. Gotta rethink some things, and it's a two-way thing with the guys. What do they need at halftime to make sure they're ready to play? They're not ready to play to start the third quarter. But despite that, Redick still saw some positives from the Lakers. Particularly when it came to the team's discipline defensively against certain Warriors sets. Pretty good, actually, outside of a few buckets there in the third quarter, Redick noted. Pretty good. In the end, however, Redick felt the Lakers came up short mostly due to self-inflicted wounds. It's like the times, you make your own thing up, Redick added. Steph Curry gets a back cut for a layup. Gary Payton, too, slips and gets a dunk. We don't switch, a small pick and roll, and Jimmy Butler turns the corner, they get a layup. It's mostly self-inflicted. If you look at this game, like a microcosm of this game was we did enough good things to put ourselves in a position to win for most of the game. And when we didn't do those things, they were self-inflicted. That's not being organized in early offense. That's having the wrong guy bring it up. It's not anything Golden State did to us. The Lakers' 19 turnovers led to 24 Warriors points, and that is something this team will have to clean up. But the thing with self-inflicted wounds is that they are fixable, and Redick and this coaching staff will work with these players on getting these things together so the Lakers can be a real competitor this season. DeAndre Ayton still working on pick-and-roll chemistry with Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves. The addition of center DeAndre Ayton was arguably the most important signing the Los Angeles Lakers this offseason. The Lakers were terribly thin up front, and Ayton provides them with a big body who cleans the glass and projects as a good pick-and-roll partner for Luka Doncic, Austin Reeves, and LeBron James. Ayton's regular season debut for the Lakers was a bit underwhelming, however, as he finished with just 10 points and 6 rebounds in the 10-point loss to the Golden State Warriors. Turnovers were an issue as well, with Reeves and Doncic combining for 8, while Ayton had 4 himself, as they were all still figuring things out together. And afterwards, Ayton looked at himself as part of the issue in his connection with his Lakers teammates. I was realizing, I'm probably a confusing big whether I can roll and stand in the pocket, probably gets a little difficult for them sometimes, Ayton said after the contest. I'm so used to having that low man on me. Sometimes I can't even finish a roll, and I tiny bit linger around the free throw area just to be available for him. There's times where I can finish my roll. We just gotta play some more and play against some more great teams, like how we did, on Tuesday, to really see what's the common coverage of these teams, really trying to put us on their personnel, what they got on us. It takes time for pairings to really develop that chemistry in the pick and roll, and Ayton hasn't had enough yet, particularly with Doncic. But he has proven that he can be successful with a top playmaker, and Luka still believes in Ayton and actually put the blame on himself for not getting the big man enough touches against the Warriors. I have to do a better job just talking to him, like what I want, what he wants, Doncic said. And I mean, Tuesday was on me, not getting him enough touches probably. So that was on me today, I gotta help him. Luka would continue, noting that he hasn't played with a big man with a skill set like Ayton's. I think he prefers that pocket pass, the Lakers superstar added. I haven't played with a center like that, I think he prefers the pocket. So like I said before, we need to talk about it, and then we need to get him more touches. That communication is imperative to success, and if Doncic and Reeves can get on the same page with Ayton, this Lakers offense will go to another level. James Worthy says J.J. Redick used DeAndre Ayton wrong in LA Lakers loss. The Los Angeles Lakers kicked off the regular season with a tough defeat against the Golden State Warriors. The new-look Los Angeles Lakers were no match for the Golden State Warriors, as they were handed a 119-109 defeat during their season opener. It was DeAndre Ayton's official debut with the Lakers, and it's safe to say it wasn't ideal by any means. Ayton faced the Laker Nation's wrath, but franchise legend James Worthy blamed head coach J.J. Redick for the 27-year-old's struggles. Week 8 start sit bench these busts, start these league winners. James Worthy says J.J. Redick needs to involve DeAndre Ayton more on the offense. Ayton ended his Lakers debut with 10 points and 6 rebounds while shooting 5 of 7 from the field in 34 minutes of playing time. DA was efficient, but he was rather neglected in the offense, as Redick relied more on Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves. Worthy believes that's on Coach Redick and urged him to rectify his mistake in the next game. I think Ayton had 7 attempts. If you are going to use a big man, you've got to get him involved a little bit more, Worthy said on Spectrum Sportsnet. He added, I thought they depended on Luka a lot, Reeves, the two guys who took the majority of the shots. If the Lakers do not involve Ayton more in the offense, what's the use of signing him during the offseason? Hopefully, Redick will learn from his mistake moving forward. James Worthy admits Golden State Warriors outplayed LA Lakers. The Warriors' 10-point win was propelled by a dominant third quarter as the Lakers were outscored 35-25 in those 12 minutes. After the defeat, Worthy admitted that the Warriors' offense flowed naturally, which helped them overpower the purple and gold. Their Warriors' offense was flowing in a way ours was not. They just outplayed us, outsmarted us at both ends. They are a well-groomed, veteran team, they are not going to beat themselves, he admitted. The two-headed snake of Jimmy Butler and Stephen Curry was the center of the Warriors' offense, as the duo smashed the Lakers' defense, particularly in the third quarter. Combine that with Jonathan Kuminga's heroics, and the Lakers never stood a chance against the Dubs. Lakers' biggest LeBron James problem was extremely obvious all along. The season will be dictated by LeBron's availability. Of course. We may have underestimated how important LeBron James is to the Los Angeles Lakers. Okay, that's hard to do because everyone knows how valuable LeBron is to every team he's ever played on. But in the Lakers' season debut against the Golden State Warriors on Tuesday night, the Lakers got a monstrous game from Luka Doncic, December 9, 43, and efficient 26 points and 9 assists from Austin Reeves, and a double-digit loss. That's not great. And it may have proved that the main thing Lakers fans feared, that the team has a pretty low ceiling whenever LeBron is sidelined, might be true. Of course, there are numerous other reasons the Lakers lost: far too many turnovers, 11 missed free throws, going 8 for 32 from three-point range. Those are all pretty clear examples of first-game sloppiness, which no team is exempt from. But expecting nearly 70 points from Luka and Reeves on a nightly basis doesn't feel fair either. So the Lakers are back to square one. They will win games without LeBron, but the West is so good that treading water whenever LeBron is sidelined, which might be a lot this year, won't be good enough. So here we are. The Lakers' biggest problem is a lack of firepower when LeBron James doesn't play, which seems painfully obvious now when you say it out loud. Of course that's their biggest problem. It's LeBron. JJ Redick says what Lakers fans are thinking about LeBron James. Lakers head coach JJ Redick was about as honest as you hope a head coach can be after the Lakers' loss, discussing in specifics how LeBron would have changed things if he were on the floor. It's hard to forget about LeBron. The reality is when you're focused on the group that you have, you gotta make that group work. We had a few possessions we couldn't score against the zone. It'd be great to have LeBron just to throw it to in the high post. He's right. Something like throwing the ball into the high post may seem like something all NBA players can do, but sometimes greatness takes the form of taking the simple play that's available to you, and LeBron has been elite at that for 2 decades. Luka Doncic, Austin Reeves, and the Lakers supporting cast comprise a good roster. On a lot of nights, they'll be the better team. But we saw a masterclass from Doncic and a very good game from Reeves on Tuesday, and the Warriors handled this team with relative ease. As long as LeBron is riding the pine, we'll see a lot of those games, too. Austin Reeves takes blame for Lakers' terrible problem. The Los Angeles Lakers opened their season with a 119-109 loss to the Golden State Warriors on Tuesday night, and the same problem that has plagued them for years resurfaced once again. Slow third-quarter starts stole the Lakers' shine. Head coach JJ Redick did not hide his frustration after the loss, calling his team's performance after halftime terrible. Redick said the issue has been ongoing since last season and even carried into the preseason. We continue to be a terrible third-quarter team, Redick said. That was last year. That was the preseason. We have to rethink some things. It is a two-way thing with the guys. They need to be ready to play after halftime. Guard Austin Reeves, who scored 26 points with 9 assists and 5 rebounds, took the blame for the Lakers' sluggish third-quarter performance. Ever since I've been here, we've had a problem with third quarters, Reeves said. We just have to figure out a way to come out with more energy. JJ has already talked about it. That's on us players, not the coaches. They give us the answers, but we didn't execute. The Lakers struggled to contain the Warriors. The Lakers were outscored 35-25 in the third quarter, turning a 1-point halftime deficit into a double-digit hole. Missed free throws and poor perimeter shooting compounded the problem, as Los Angeles shot just 8 for 32 from three-point range and went 17 for 28 from the free throw line. Luka Doncic, who joined the Lakers in a blockbuster trade last season, carried the offensive load with 43 points, 12 rebounds, and 9 assists. However, he spent extended time receiving treatment post-game after feeling discomfort in his right leg. "It's probably nothing," Doncic said. "Just felt it a little bit because my hip went the opposite way." With LeBron James sidelined, Doncic and Reeves have taken on heavier workloads to open the season. Redick emphasized that better third-quarter execution and healthier bodies will be essential if the Lakers hope to compete for a playoff spot. The Lakers will have 2 days to recover and regroup before hosting the Minnesota Timberwolves on Friday at Crypto.com Arena. NBA Insider confirms what Lakers fans always knew about Austin Reeves. Reeves is not signing an extension, and the Los Angeles Lakers will have to pay up in the summer of 2026. With the deadline for most extensions coming up on Monday, Brian Windhorst and Tim Bontemps teamed up to tackle a breakdown of what is transpiring around the league for the major eligible players. In doing so, Windhorst turned himself into Captain Obvious when discussing Austin Reeves. There was never any indication that Reeves would accept an extension from the Los Angeles Lakers off his current contract figure. In referencing his colleague Bobby Marks, Windhorst detailed that an agreement for Reeves would max out at around $89 million over 4 years off his present deal. Windhorst wrote, "There is a 0% chance Austin Reeves signs a contract extension and a 99.9% chance he opts out of his $14.8 million player option for next season. We could say sources say here because we did check on it, but it's also a no-brainer." Reeves has been one of the best value deals in the NBA for a while now, largely outproducing his salary. There would be no reason for the talented offensive guard to turn down an opportunity at a lucrative new contract. That is undoubtedly what Rob Pelinka and company would be on the hook for. Lakers know paying up for Austin Reeves is simply cost of doing business. Reeves can erase any doubt about deserving that big new contract early in the 2025-26 season. With LeBron James expected to be out until possibly mid-November, the 27-year-old will step in as the second option next to Luka Doncic. If Reeves produces to the levels he has in the past when his star teammates were absent, his bank account will quickly fill up. Whether it be the Lakers or a rival team, there is a clear expectation for him to get paid. It really should end up being the Lakers though. Reeves has expressed his desire to make Los Angeles his long-term home at every opportunity. There is a clear mutual interest between the two sides, and the flight risk here may not actually be real at all. Still, that is only if the Lakers play their part in the summer of 2026, and it would be genuinely surprising if they didn't. The 2026 free agency class certainly has a few intriguing names among the group. However, no one really sticks out in a way which would lead anyone to believe Reeves has to relocate as a result.